Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video where we're going to be looking at the word search niche. That's one of the KDP puzzle book activity book niches that's very popular on Amazon and sells very well, so it's a great opportunity to make good money online. And in this video I'm going to be looking at the niche itself, how to make the interiors, and also the all-important keywords. So make sure you watch the whole video to get all the information and for the great offer that I've got for you at the end. Now, my name's Paul Marles and I do videos on how to make it, keep it and grow it, and that's your money I'm talking about. And if you like videos like that, then make sure you give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and also smash that notification bell to receive notifications of when I do more videos like this. So let's get right into it. Word search. Now let me just tell you what these are. Now here's a quick one I made earlier. And basically what you have is this grid of what appears to be random letters. And within this grid of letters are hidden these words. So in this case we've got 6 animals. And what you need to do is find these words within this grid, and the words can go across, up, down, diagonally, in all different directions, and you circle them with a pen, and what you end up with is something like this, where you've circled all these words within the grid. And they can be simple like the one I've got here, or they can be quite complex. In fact, there's lots of different sub niches in this, quite amazingly so. I found some that I didn't even think of before. And this is a good one for not just kids, which a lot of the puzzle book niches that I've been looking at recently have been just for kids, but also for adults and especially seniors. Now, I remember when I was a kid, I particularly enjoyed doing this type of puzzle. So let's go over to Amazon and have a closer look. So if we just go to the search bar and put in word search, now we've got 20,000 results, so that's a lot of results, a lot of competition. But just let's take a quick look at the what sort of bestsellers ranks are we dealing with here. Well, if we look at the first 4, I mean these are not even sponsored, yet they've got bestsellers ranks of 359, 367, 1,000, again 1,500, 2,000. So what sort of numbers does this correspond to? Let's take this one 367 and go to our book sales calculator. So if we put in 367, calculate sales, that's 4,345 per month if you were selling that particular book, which at $7.49 the profit would be about, I think, about $2.10. Let's call it $2. So you'd be looking at $8,000-9,000 a month off this one book alone. Wow. So that's the sort of figures that sparks my interest. I don't know about you, and that sort of, would make me look deeper into this. But having said that, the competition for this basic search term, word search, is quite high. So I'd be wanting to look at a longer tail keyword, something with less competition, with less search results on Amazon. Now, after I show you how to make the interiors, I'm going to go into the keyword research in more detail on how I do it, how I find the good keywords, the good money-making keywords, and the sort of niches that are hidden within this broad niche. So I've done a couple of examples of words with less competition. Here we've got word search espanol. And this is one of the things I noted about this particular niche. There were quite a good few strong niches within it, one of them being languages. And that included Spanish, German, French, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and even Arabic. So I know I've got a lot of viewers in Morocco. So for you guys and girls that are in Morocco, take a look at word search Arabic, because I had a look at that earlier because I was interested and found that there weren't actually that many books at all published in that particular niche. So that could be something that you could specialize in and sort of dominate that particular niche. So word search Espanol, 399 results. That's pretty good. That's a sort of figure I like. And let's have a look at the bestsellers ranks for these. So we're looking at the 11,000 mark, 35,000, 11,000 again, 30,000, 20,000. That's a Spanish Bible one. So if we say, let's take somewhere in between, let's say 15,000, how many sales could we expect with that, with a bestsellers rank of 15,000? Now I've got books that are just slightly above that. Usually I've got one that ranges between 16 to 20,000, and I'll tell you now that makes me, well, this month we're looking at $600 to $700, but let's have a look here. So 266 sales you can expect from that, which if we look at the prices, $6.79, $6.59, $6.85. Well, if you say $6.99, because that's a common price I publish at, that's about $2 profit per month. So you're looking at, yeah, $520, $530 just off one book, which I don't know about you, but I'd be perfectly happy with that, particularly as these are not particularly hard to produce. So you could produce any number of these and expect, with a little bit of time, a little bit of work, and I must emphasize that none of these are get-rich-quick things, okay? I get a lot of questions in the comments. You know, I published a few books. How quickly should I be making money? Look, you just got to keep producing them. Stop worrying about how quick am I going to make money? How much will I make? Just keep producing them. You'll get some that probably sell none or a couple of months, and then you'll find one or two will make the majority of your income. But you'll only find that out from putting in the work and producing the volume of books. I had a look at this one, Word Search Medical, 715 results on Amazon, again, which is pretty good. I like my target to be 1,000 or less, unless I'm going to be doing Amazon ads on a particular keyword, in which case I would attack a more competitive keyword. So let's have a look at this. So these ones, the bestsellers ranks are a bit higher, 104,000, 70,000, 135. What have we got here? 157, 573. So if we look at the higher ones, say let's look at somewhere, say 120,000. Again, how many sales we'll be looking at with that? 40 a month. So again, you're looking at $80 to $100 off one book. Produce 10 books with that and you're looking at $1,000 a month. So even higher bestsellers ranks, personally, I will attack a niche any day with books at those sorts of bestsellers ranks. So now let's have a look at the interiors. Now there are a few paid options, and then what I'm going to do is show you those paid options and then show you a free option which was pretty good. I had to do a bit of searching for that, but I've done that for you guys. And what I'm going to do is, don't worry about the website links, I'll put them in the description for these ones that I've found. Now this one is Instant Online Word Search Puzzle Maker, which appeared quite good. You could create the puzzles. Here I put in words to create one, so let's see what it produces. Yes, that's what I found with this. Now it produces the word search, which you can enlarge that on a screen by going to print next, but it didn't allow you to download it as a PDF, but you could buy the software that would allow you to download as a .png or a PDF file to then just import straight into your PowerPoint or Keynote, whatever your flavor is. And the cost of this was, for the word search, it was around about the $20 to $25 mark. You could get the crossword puzzle software as well, and you could combine the two, and I think it came out somewhere between something like $55 for both of them, which I'd consider that a reasonable investment if you're planning on producing lots of these types of books. And talking of crosswords, I'm going to be doing that soon as well as a niche. I think that'll be a very popular one. So if you want to get the heads up on that first, make sure you hit the subscribe and the notification bell also. And just a little reminder, give the video a thumbs up. It helps push the video up the ranking and gets lots of people watching it, which is always good. Then the other one I came across was this 123 Word Search Maker. I didn't look at this in a great detail. I did look at the software, looked quite reasonable. Again, it's a paid version. Let's see how much it would cost. $24.95 at $4.95. So again, this was one that did the crossword as well. So they're decent options. And then there's Puzzle Book Mastery that I know a lot of people that watch these videos do have. And this does a number of different types of puzzles: word searches, word matches, word scrambles, cryptograms, sudokus, and looking at this, looks like they're about to do number searches as well, which I think are like word searches but with numbers. And what you do with this, you upload just notepad files of your list of words and a title. And the good thing about Puzzle Book Mastery is it will produce the whole PDF. So if you upload 60 notepad files with your word lists, it will create basically your PDF interior, the whole interior, ready to upload to Amazon. So that's quite simple. Now I just want to look back at this puzzlemaker.com. Yeah, I think it was the same price as the previous software, around the $20 to $25 mark. So all, reasonable prices as an investment. And Puzzle Book Mastery costs $27. Now I found this one, which is if you're on Windows, you may be able to find the equivalent on Mac. I haven't fired up my MacBook, so I'm not too sure. But this was a free word search generator, which you download to your computer, and it looks like this. And you just put in your word list, the size of the word search puzzle, so the number of letters across, number of letters down, and you basically do this, and it generates your word search grid. And you can save this as an image by clicking on there. And then what you do is basically go across to PowerPoint or Keynote. I'll open up a blank one here, just delete that. Then all you do is drag across the grid. You can resize it like so. And then you can enter a text box at the top there, put in the title, and just copy. If we go back, just copy your word list and paste that, and just drag it down, place it somewhere near the middle, so you've got your list of words as well. And there you've got your page, and you can build up your book like that. As I showed you earlier, you've also got the solutions, which I probably wouldn't use a full page for those. I'd probably do one page and 4 solutions on each. So you build up your book like that, and you'd probably put somewhere between 60 to 120 puzzles in one book. And as you can see there, it didn't take long to create something like this. It takes you a few seconds just to add in a title for each. So you usually find with the free versions, you've got to build up the pages yourself. The paid-for versions, particularly Puzzle Book Mastery, will produce a whole PDF file for you. So it will be a little bit quicker. However, I did like this free version. I like the speed and ease with which you could just put in your list of words. Now, here's a little tip for you to get your list of words. Now, I bought this book, the Miles Kelly Book of Lists. If you go to Amazon and just search for Book of Lists, you can buy similar. You may be able to purchase this one. I think I bought this second hand off Amazon. And in it contains lists of words under all different subjects. So we've got here, let's have a look. Let's take some examples. So many. There we go. State flowers of the USA. So you could do if you were doing a word search, gardening or natural history themed one, you could do something like this. And you've got your list here of flowers. I mean, you could find this all online, but I just like this, so you can just flick through, and it also gives you ideas for different types of word search books. But these are great for lists of words. Here we are, patron saints of professions. So again, that could be you might have a Bible themed word search book, and you could use something like these patron saints names. Lots of options, just something to be interested in. I'm sure you could go online and just put in just search for lists of objects, items, and find the same sort of thing. So now we come to the all-important keywords. And why are keywords important? Well, because if you don't use the right keywords, your books will never be found. If you use keywords where there's a lot of competition, your books could be found, but there's a lower chance of your book being found. You might have to put a bit of working in terms of giving it a long period of time or running Amazon ads on it. So the keywords are all important. Now if we go back to Amazon and look at word search, which I put in earlier, and we'll see what happens is when you put in a search term into the Amazon search bar, you'll come up with these Amazon suggestions. Now I love these because, one, Amazon's telling us what people are searching for, and two, these are the suggestions that Amazon gives to customers when they put in similar words into the search bar. And people have a tendency just to scan down and, oh, I like the look of that, and click on that. So not only is Amazon telling us what people are searching for, but it's also providing customers words which they'll tend to click on. So we can be guaranteed that these words are words that people are looking for on Amazon or clicking on. So, you know, common sense is what this business is about, common sense. We should be using these words. That's what, you know, that's my view anyway. Now I've got a couple of plugins here just to give us a little bit of extra detail, and one of them is Keywords Everywhere. And what that does, if you pay your $10 for 100,000 credits, which could last, depending on how many searches you do, it lasts me 3, 4, 5 months. I think the last time I paid $10, you get these Google searches per month. And that just gives us an extra bit of detail. It tells us that these keywords are actually popular enough for people to also be searching on Google. And obviously the higher the number, the more popular this particular search term is. And this little plugin has also recently added this extra detail, and I'll hover over it. It's these little blue graphs here, these little bar graphs, and it's telling us the searches per month on Google over the last year. And what I've found is with these keywords, as with a lot of the activity book, puzzle book keywords, as you can see here, there's been a significant rise in the search numbers in the last 2 months. And I've noticed the sales of my books have increased, especially over the last month. It's just gone crazy. I mean, I'm selling more than I did over the month of December, which is traditionally the biggest month of the year. And the reason for that is twofold. One, because of lockdown, aka house arrest, people are at home, probably getting a bit of a cabin fever, maybe getting bored, watched all the films on Netflix and Prime Amazon. So they're thinking of, well, what can I do? Well, buy some puzzle books. And by the looks of it, word search puzzle books are one of those types of books. And it's the same with a lot of the keywords. If I hover over them, you see the search results, or the number of searches are increased or have increased over the last 2 months. And I'm sure when the May search results appear, I wouldn't be surprised if they're even higher, looking at my sales. And the other reason is because I suspect it's the demise of physical shops. I mean, certainly in this country, and I'm sure it's the same in yours, most shops are shut, and that would include bookshops that sell these types of books. So people that traditionally would buy their books from these physical stores no longer have that option. So now they're exploring Amazon, and it'll be interesting to see what happens when the physical shops open. Will people just continue, now that they're used to buying off Amazon, will they start to continue to buy off Amazon? Because I'm sure there's lots of people that have, I know this is amazing, and I found it quite unbelievable, but I'm sure there's millions and millions and millions of people that have never bought off Amazon. But now they're just sort of dipping their toe in the water, now starting to purchase off Amazon, and that will be their continued shopping pattern, which is unfortunate for the physical shops, but fortunate for Amazon, and as publishers and booksellers, fortunate for us. So what I do is, in my keyword research, I'll start with a root keyword like this, word search or word search books, and I'll write that into a spreadsheet. Excuse that noise, I live on a river and someone's just coming past in their little motorised dinghy. And then what I do is I take all these suggested Amazon search results and I'll also put those down onto the spreadsheet. And I'll also make a note of the Google monthly search volume as well, and I'll put that on another column. Now you'll see all these words here, and I've got these through a plugin called AMZ Suggestion Expander, and these give us other words that are also searched on Amazon. So I'll put those onto the spreadsheet as well. And then what I will do is go through each of these words, put them into the search bar, and then I'll see what the search results are, and I'll make a note of that. And I'll also see if any other related search terms come up, related keywords come up, and I'll also then make a note of those on the bottom of the spreadsheet. And what happens, the spreadsheet gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And you can, like this, get over 200 results by doing that. And what I also do, and this is a little tip for you, just get rid of that search term bar. I will put in our root keyword like word search, and then I'll put in the letter A, and I'll see what keywords come up, and then I'll just work through the alphabet. I'll put in B, make a list of all these keywords, put in C, make a list of all those keywords, and then again I'll put each word into the search bar and look at the number of searches on Amazon, the number of search results on Amazon, and the number of monthly Google searches as well. And I'll end up with a big keyword list like this. And here, in fact, I found 221 keywords. So as you can see, we've got the keyword, the Amazon search results, and Goggle search volume. And I'll work through all the keywords doing that. Now you can imagine this is a laborious operation. It takes time, and every time I do this, in this particular case, again, it took me about 5 hours of just going through each keyword. But you get this list of valuable words that you know are being searched for on Amazon, and we've got an idea of the competition, and we've got an idea of how popular they are on Google. So the way I pick the words from a list like this is I look at the word and I look at the Amazon search results first of all. Now what I do is target those words with 1,000 search results or less. And that's in the search bar that says all, not in the category of books. Again, that's a question that loads of people ask me. Do I use the all category? Do I use the books category? Use the all category because that's where customers are searching. Now, if that particular keyword has 1,000 or less search results, and it's got a Google search volume as well, that gives it a bit of extra strength, a bit of extra meat. So that tells me that, oh, actually, I quite like this keyword a bit more. And so I'll use that keyword then, and I'll create a book around it. And I'll use that main keyword in the title, and then I'll pick a couple of related keywords that are also on the list and put them in the subtitle. Now you could use one or two. I tend to use two, but I make it look natural. I don't just stick them in there, two keywords together, because that looks totally unnatural and will put customers off. But just write a little subtitle, make it look natural, you know, a cute word search book for girls, etc. You know what I mean. So what I've done is I've done this list of 221 keywords. Now, if you've watched my videos before, you know I've got lists of keywords on Gumroad. So I've uploaded this list to Gumroad, all 221 keywords, for you to use in whatever way you like. And because there's a lot of keywords here, like last week's keywords, I put a price on these of $2. Now, as I always say before, if $2 is worth you saving 5 to 6 hours of your time, then it's good value. Now, I understand if you're just starting out and you don't want to pay that sort of money, or you haven't got that sort of money, absolutely understand, that's fair enough. Just follow the procedure I've explained here, and you can build up your own list of keywords quite easily using the tools I've showed you in 5 to 6 hours. And it's a good skill to learn as well. So I would encourage that. But if you want to save that time, click the link below to the Gumroad shop for these keywords, And you'll see other keywords there as well if you're interested in buying those. And obviously the sooner you get on top of this, the sooner you're going to get in with these keywords and get those books published. But there's a lot of keywords with search results over 1,000, and there's a lot with search results under 1,000. Now if you do find ones that have search results over 1,000, don't be discouraged. What I would suggest doing is putting those into the Amazon search bar, using that as your sort of base keyword, and looking what the suggestions are, and then looking at those suggestions that come up, putting them back into the search bar, and seeing what the search results are on those, and you'll find some gold does appear. Now if you're doing Amazon ads, you have experience with doing Amazon ads, again I would look at the more competitive keyword in your title and look at less competitive keywords in your subtitle. So you've got that main keyword that you would ultimately like to rank for, and you've got the backup of those lesser competitive keywords in the subtitle that can still get you those sales, and that's worked particularly well for me. Now looking at this list, there were quite a lot of good sub niches that I found very interesting. Now I've made a list of these. Now one of them that I mentioned earlier was languages: French, German, Spanish, Arabic, Chinese, Japanese, Korean. If you've got experience in any of those languages, then they would be really interesting niches to look into, because the competition was quite low, well extremely low in fact, and I would be attacking those. Even as a non-foreign language speaker, I think I would still be looking at something maybe like Spanish, because you can still get lists of Spanish words. You don't actually have to speak the language. There was also sports, quite popular, karate, golf, jobs, careers, nursing and medical were quite popular, and also places, New York, national parks. So if you think that's useful to you, go across to the Gumroad shop and just purchase it and get working on these books straight away. And I hope that information was useful. It has turned out to be quite a long video, so I don't know how many of you have lasted till this point, but if you have, I really appreciate it. And I'd really appreciate it if you do give the video a thumbs up. And also don't forget to subscribe, and also hit that notification bell. And we'll be looking at more niches, more keywords in the future. If there's anything you want me to discuss, please tell me in the comments, because I try and one, answer all the comments, and two, if there's good ideas for videos, I make a note of them and I'll put them on my list to do. So until then, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.